Hello, Aquarius, and happy birthday season! I know it's a little early to try to celebrate Aquarius season because it's like barely January 20th, but at the same time, I am feeling it. I'm vibing. Cap season was great. A lot of lessons learned, maybe even some losses, but overall, I think we are in the gaining process, and part of gain is to cut off, right? If you want more to come in, you gotta let some out. So, all of those L's add up to something like la 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 la, because we got our A's too, our assholes awards instead of wins. La 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 la. Anyways, right as I was about to start this reading, there was this song that like may not exist that was kind of stuck in my head. It was really trippy because it's almost as if maybe it's I'm receiving a message of a song that does exist, but I'd never heard it. So there's no way for me to process it. And it was very fleeting, where it's like I didn't hear lyrics, barely heard a beat, just was like, oh yeah, I recognize that song. And then it's like, wait, what was it? No idea. So something, you might have like an earworm, something you don't know. It'll click. I'm hearing like, but I'm into you though. Something about snow? I don't know. I don't know. I heard like a click. Something about a click. Okay, so click came up twice and then something else. So something about a click. Could be like a click, right? It could be, I almost am getting like MIA maybe. Paper Planes, because that was her whole thing. But Aquarius. Maybe it's just that things are going to click for you. Like, it'll all make sense. And, like, everything that has been done in the dark will come to light. And it's sort of like what my live was like on Instagram. Of course, I was, like, channeling and doing the whole Janis Joplin thing. That's why I got my little shit up. But switching into aquarium vibes, it's going back to that fifth dimension stuff. And I did really mean the band, not the actual fifth dimension, because I don't think people are really ready to fathom those kind of ideas yet. Whether or not you think you know, there's a good chance you don't. And I'm not saying I have authority over that. I'm just saying in general. You think you might know something, you probably don't. I think Aquarius has to remember Aquarius is young. It's like the whole zodiac is a scale or an evolution, right? So who's firstborn? Who's the leader? Who's the head? Aries. Who's next? Taurus. Who's after that? You're moving down, right? You're moving through the body. Start with the head. Come out first. Coming out head first, Aries. Taurus, throat. Gemini, hands. Cancer, breast. Your elders. Your forefront. Your forefathers, right? The wise ones. No offense. And then you got the middle section with Leo, the heart, and Virgo, the digestive tract system, liver, everything, and Libra, the lungs, the inward, the first defense, if you will, or yes, first line of defense, or second, I suppose. Yeah, because we're fighting off things, and anything that gets in, they deal with, right? But then you got the further down, true, Scorpio, the genitals, okay, and then Sagittarius, I believe it's like the thighs, I suppose, thighs and hips. And then Capricorn is like the knees. Aquarius is the shins. And Pisces is the feet. So you are like the offense almost, right? We're like offense and defense up here trying to do the most. And that's why we get fed up and have short fuses for the most part. Not stubborn, just regimented in schools of thought and like ancient wisdom, okay? And then the middle section is kind of like neutral. It's almost like Gen X vibes, where they're like, we're not quite old or young, we're just like middle ground, just kind of that, almost like a plateau, but in a comfortable way. Think about Libra being in the midst of that, the scales, right? The Virgin, shit like that. But then when you finally get to Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn and Pisces, everybody thinks like, oh yeah, you know, because they're the most involved. Sure, because human evolution will be the same as the zodiac evolution, right? Water goats don't exactly exist, really, that we are aware of. The fuck were they getting that from? Kind of like future predicting, water bearer. What is that even like? So weird. And then it all comes back to the fish, and it's the ocean, right? So you gotta be new wave. You gotta be new age. You gotta know that you're here to learn and you're here to like, you're really not here to teach. You're here to learn. And that's why me being an Aquarius moon, I love learning. I think I'm a life path number 6 and people just take to what I say. Scorpio rising, so it's very not mutable energy because it's triple fixed, but the face of neutrality, right? Like just neutral. But the Taurus is all about leadership. All look at anyone you can think of in a position of power, especially if they were evil. Probably a Taurus. It's pretty bad. I'm talking from Hitler to Mark Zuckerberg, to Jim Jones to H.H. Holmes. Like they're all Tauruses. So I'm a natural born leader, but my Aquarius moon is kind of running the ship, being like, no, I just kind of want to sit back and vibe and like chill, take notes, learn, think. You know, I just want to like sit and observe. You know, and I'm not meant to do that. I gotta take charge, take steps. You know, speak up for myself. So right now, especially during Aquarius season, especially because Aquarius season is going to be right before the end of the year, which would be Pisces season, right? End of the zodiac year. And that's when we're like going to be all our lessons and moving forward. That's why you end with the feet. You know, we're not going feet first, or it'd be going backwards, right? We went head first, we dove in, and now we got to get out of there. And only Pisces can swim. The only way out is up. Elsie whispered, "A leap of faith." That'd be you leaping air energy. So right now you got to just sit back and observe. Tap into that Aquarian mind of like, I may be wise, but I'm here to learn, okay? You're the younger gen, and it's like the new wave, like best evolution, but history repeats itself. So you have to use your resources. Yes, the modernism of the later signs, the more in tune and touchness, like the centered in the reality in the sense of the Matrix being the reality, okay? Kind of like futuristic almost. Think of yourself as like this futuristic baby. And if you really got to break it down, it's almost like I said, like the first signs is like baby boomers. So like the last signs are like fucking Zoomer alpha gens. You know what I mean? Where it's like generations moving through the stars. If you could imagine they were created in that way of like popping up here and there, which nobody said that. I'm just saying that kind of randomly. But also you got to remember with the Aquarians, a lot of times these messages are alien-like. It's not about dead people. It's not about guides and goddesses. None of that shit. It's like a lot of times I'll do full alien channels. Look at how it's like just randomly going out of focus and I'm like hiccuping almost. Yeah, it could be some alien advice here where it's like people looking out for you in ways that you can't even fathom and things that you're curious about, but you're fixated on the wrong things. Okay. Watch the Janice shit, dude. She was saying like you should watch it. But yes, now's a good time to sit back. This doesn't mean you have to spend your whole life sitting back and observing either, Aquarius. It's just like right now is a great time to do that. We're in multiple retrogrades for very temperamental planets, so to speak, being Venus and Mercury, right? It's going on for another couple weeks. You'll still get a good few weeks in of Aquarius season where you'll feel a little better, but now is definitely not the time to be making moves. Now is figuring out how you operate and assessing the world around you and affirming how it operates, okay, if that makes sense. Now's the time to check the structures, the foundations, the situations, and know what you're getting into before you decide you're getting into it. Because I feel like that's very Aquarius. Just decide something that day. I'm going to do it. And that fixed energy, that classic stubbornness is like the Aquarius will follow through. Whether or not it's worth your time, energy, money, investments is really up for question every time you get into something. You got to be really certain And that's the thing. I don't think of myself as someone who would be a good leader because I'm very slow moving. Very slow moving. I think of an idea 10 years later, I'm just finally admitting I had this idea and I still haven't said what it is. I think about things for a long time before I act on them because I've acted in spurts so often in my life, right? Aquarius moon, my, the whole operation is out from outer space, right? But it's inner space. So just explore the depths of your mind and the deep, dark places and whisper into the void and see what comes back to you. But try not to make any forward movements. Now is the time to relax, kick back, and enjoy the show that other people are putting on. Something's telling me there could be a surprise party, and I probably shouldn't have told you because then you hold expectations for the people in your life to show you a surprise party, and like it can't be for everyone. And also, like who else's surprise party would it be if Aquarius season's coming up? You know what I'm saying? But the star card in tarot, which is the Aquarius card, is meant to be a surprise. So maybe it's not really about a surprise party, but things coming to you by surprise because you aren't out seeking them. You're just sitting back and letting them come to you. So that's a cool little message. That's a cool little message. I don't know. 1111, that was cute. I don't know, man. What do you think? I feel like it was okay. It was good. I don't know if I really want to read cards. I feel like maybe that's what you came here for, but maybe it was really just a quick lesson and being like, hey man, we're just gonna chill for the next like month, maybe even 2. Maybe Aries season is when you make your moves, plant those seeds. Spring is coming, things are growing, you know what I mean? And not try to force anything to happen in the middle of winter. Persephone isn't even back from the underworld, okay? It like barely snowed this year, so chill. Chill out. Everything is still dead right now. There's no reason to try to breathe life into things that are simply not happening at this time ever, right? Like this is never the time to do it, right? So just remember, these retrogrades might be screwing with your head. And try not to make any major decisions or enact on any feelings until February 5th. That's the across-the-board advice I've been giving this week because a lot of people wanted love readings. I'm not doing it. If you want to watch Twitch, there was a couple of them. I think Instagram, there was one last week where, like, yes, if you want to hear about it, go watch them. It's across the board. It's situational. It applies to you in the way it does. But I'm not pulling them out right now. Thoth, it just seems cheap. I don't know. I don't think I need to. Sorry. If you're really pressed about it, drop a comment and say, please let us get some cards for our birthday. Otherwise, I'm out. I'm going to go do some personal readings, and I might jump on Twitch later. I will definitely be making more tarot content this much, but you are going to have to maybe look out for it. The link tree is in the description, so you can find everything there. I've got endless content to keep you occupied if you care. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. Good night and good luck. Until next time.